Look, I don't even know why we're bothering running this race. You know, it's Vegas. Ferrari wins at Vegas. That's just what we do. I think we can assume that Verstappen's going to stick it in a wall somewhere, so he gets nothing. Giovinazzi gets 26 points. We go to the final race with a 4-point championship. Everybody wins. It's what we want to see. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. It is the second last race of the season. It is Las Vegas. We always win in Las Vegas. And we'll forget the constructors. It's not done, I don't think, mathematically, but realistically it is. 30 points, though. If Giovinazzi can win, if Verstappen can stick it in a barrier, we just take it to the final race, and you never know what's going to happen. So, fingers crossed. I'd still like to get Mick ahead of Perez as well, but we'll see what happens there. There's no new parts on the car at the end. We're very much focused on next season now, if there is to be a next season in the series. I've got to check when the release date. I think I mentioned it last episode. Not really sure when that new game is coming out. So, let's have a look here. So we've got red sector 1, blue, yellow sector 2, red sector 1, yellow sector 2, blue sector 3, yeah, for qualifying. We can see everything there. It's mostly straights, really, isn't it? But it's all about getting the strip in. We can see their top speed and acceleration is what you need, and low speed cornering. Time considerations, 20-second pit stop, lost 15 under a safety car. It's a one stop. We've learnt that from previous seasons. It's just a one stop. There's no way around that. And compound performance, we can see there. Not a huge difference. The soft tyre does go away fairly quickly, but it's only half a second a lap faster than the hard tyre. So there's not really much use running the soft. So medium hard will probably be the way to go, won't it? Historically, as we know, we win here. That's what we do. We win. Giovinazzi and Mick each have a win. Let's hope that it's a 1-2 for them this season. Performance targets, reach Q2. Come on, guys. Have a little bit more faith in me than just reach Q2. Fastest lap, we'll try and get that, obviously, but someone in the top 4. If someone finishes in the top 6, we'll get that money. And for the last 2 races of the season, if somebody qualifies in the top 6, we'll get some more money there as well. Alright, let's go to Vegas. I should say, if somebody has told me the release date in the comments, I'm recording this before last videos come out, so I haven't read comments, so it's not that I'm ignorant to anything that may have or may not have been said. But we're not expecting any rain, so I'm going to do some free practice, and I'll see you for what is typically an important qualifying, because you've got to be in that front train we've learned historically here, don't you? So we want to make sure we're at the front of the field. Alright, so we've done free practice. Now, first thing you're going to notice, there is a lot of penalties. Verstappen is amongst them, so that's useful. The other thing you'll notice is that we're down the bottom. Most of that is down to the fact that just our engines and gearbox this time of the season are just absolutely destroyed. Slightly concerning in FP2 that Verstappen was almost a second clear of the entire field, but we'll pretend we didn't see that. We'll not worry about it. And then FP3, it was a little bit closer again. Giovinazzi in the top 10, Mick down there in last. Honestly, his gearbox, I think he has to stop the car, literally shift the gear and then go again. It's destroyed. Alright, but he's got a better one in there now. We don't know exactly what we've done on setup. We were sort of chasing perfection, so we'll find out in qualifying if we've nailed it or not. Hopefully we have, and hopefully Q1 is no problem at all. So it was more or less okay. Mick, one lap, nailed it, sitting up there in third. Giovinazzi, a little bit more complicated. His first lap, he got blocked by Albert, I think it was, so that was a problem. We sent him out for a second run on the same set, and didn't particularly have great pace. There is a part of me that wonders if taking a penalty would be worth it to get fresh engines and whatnot in the car, but we don't want to end up right at the back, especially at Vegas. Alright, we are on board with Giovinazzi. He is currently in a little bit of trouble. Now, it was the same set of tyres he did both runs in Q1 on, so that explains a little bit. I am terrified at the speed of these Red Bulls. They are just so much faster than everybody. Mick is doing another run as well, although in truth, he probably doesn't need to, but just to be safe, obviously. But Giovinazzi is, well, he's driving through his championship here, in all truth. Not that, I mean, he has to win if he's any chance. And to win, we know you kind of need to be in that front few to get into that DRS train that develops. So let's see, Mick has not gone any faster through the first sector. Giovinazzi is going faster. He probably needs about 3 or 4 tenths. Is he going to find it? Let's hope so. Here we go. Mick is, yeah, not had a good lap at all, actually. But Giovinazzi goes 5th. Mick is not going to go faster, but it should be enough anyway, I hope. So yeah, we're through. That's all that matters. Let's go see where we're going to start this race from. Alright, so I wasn't expecting to say this. Sonoda in a Williams is on provisional pole. We're on board with Giovinazzi, who's 5th. Mick is currently 3rd. Verstappen is 9th. Now, Verstappen is the car in front of us. We kind of, a bit of good luck, a bit of good management. We're trying to get a bit of a toe off him, and Giovinazzi is trying to get a toe off of Mick. I suspect that's how Sonoda got his lap time, was just getting a big toe. So we'll see if that works out. Both of our cars have done a green first sector. Let's have a look here, everybody else. So Verstappen, unfortunately, looks like he may have found his form here. But we know he's got a penalty. So Mick's done a purple second sector. Now is that going to hold up? No, he's behind Verstappen, isn't he? So Giovinazzi's not had a better middle sector, so that's a shame. Verstappen is going to go top for a second. Can Mick cancel it out, though? Mick goes top. Giovinazzi is... oh, he's 7th. Oh, Gio. So in the end, Giovinazzi is 9th. Now, there's going to be 3 penalties in front of him. What a shame for Sonoda. It does beg the question, though, is it worth taking a penalty for Giovinazzi to get a fresh engine in there? So let's have a look here. His engine is 68. That would be a... how big a penalty is it? It's 10 places, I think, isn't it? Or the ERS, which would be less. That's maybe more of a problem, but... where are we actually? So we're actually starting 1st and 6th, so that's not the end of the world, perhaps. So, I think... I mean, we've seen before, it's just a one-stop, isn't it? You just do the one-stop. And what we might do is... we could potentially... look to get an undercut and maybe go a tad harder on the medium tyres. Yeah, we could potentially look to do that, although is that just trying to complicate something when we know in the past what we've done that kind of works? So, yeah. Let's stick with that, and then maybe we offset Mick a little bit just to be safe. The soft hard doesn't really work. I wonder if with Giovinazzi, though, it's worth doing a soft hard. And no, because we're committing to an undercut then, aren't we? And older hard tyres, which maybe isn't the smartest thing. Oh, I don't know what to do. Let's stick with the tried and tested. Let's just stick with tried and tested. All right, come on, we need to do this. All right, welcome back. Here we go. This is huge. We need a win for Giovinazzi. We need Verstappen to not do anything. There's some soft tyres here at the start. Verstappen is starting 19th. Mick has managed to get off the line nice and quickly. Now, what sort of tyres? There's mostly mediums. Verstappen's on a hard, so he's going to go for a medium at the end, which is kind of what he had to do, more or less, I suppose. And what I think we will do is... we don't want to lose positions, particularly Giovinazzi. He needs to stay in the train. With Mick, he's gonna be in the train. I'm wondering if we actually save his DRS a little bit. Because we're not trying to break away necessarily at this point, because I don't think it's going to be possible. So let's save his DRS. And then we'll have that in the bank. And as I say, Giovinazzi, he just needs to make sure that he is staying in the train. So, yeah. We've seen before, it's a conservation race as much as anything. This one, isn't it? Just stay in the lead train and go from there. Verstappen is still 19th. I feel so bad for Sonoda, qualifying 3rd and then having to take penalties and ending up last. But anyway, Gio, don't you lose the back of this train, mate. Whatever you do, don't you do that. Come on. He's just in danger, isn't he? He's just in danger. We've got to be a little bit careful. That is, because that is essentially then championship over. He has to win here. And we need to hope that Verstappen is just sort of stuck in traffic and, yeah, get stuck in DRS trains, which is feasible, which is probably why he's going to a hard. He's expecting to sort of sit there, I imagine, and then when everybody else comes in, it'll be his time to push. That's what I would do if I was him. So either that or start on a soft, try and... no, that doesn't really work here, does it? You've got to go as long as you can, I think, on the hard. So that's what I'd expect from Verstappen, and we'll see what we get, of course. We're going to be a little bit careful of these cars on softs that they don't break away from us, but... yeah, it's as expected so far. Giovinazzi just moved up a place, has he? So that's positive. We've just got to make sure that we stay with these soft tyre runners. So the race is developing exactly how we expected it to. There is a front train. Leclerc he's caught up, so the front train extends a fair way back now. And then Perez is, that's where the train ends. So first to ninth. So this is a good opportunity for Mick actually to go and overtake Perez in the standings. But we're just conserving. We're just waiting for our moment with both cars. So yeah, there's no, it just is what it is. We are being the easiest on our tyres of anybody in the field, just about. So we really are just in cruise control right now. And there's no need to try and push away because we know DRS is just we're gonna hurt our tyres. DRS is gonna bring everybody, just keep them with us. So we will, just continue doing what we're doing. And when the soft tyre runners come into pit, that's when we might start to push on a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye on their lap times to make sure we don't get a massive undercut that we're then trying to bring back. But they're going to be eking out hard tyres to the end anyway. So I don't know that it's gonna hurt us that badly anyway. So yeah, we'll see what we get, but. It's just going. It was such a shame that the race in real life didn't pan out like this, because it'd be amazing if the race in real life was just a train of cars pretty much the whole way through, but it didn't quite work out like that, at least in the first season. Alright, now we have just got a little bit of danger here because Stroll is losing the DRS. It's a crash. Russell's just set fastest lap, so he's probably pushing, which is maybe why that's happened. Now, this couldn't be Verstappen for us, could it? It's Albon. Verstappen is there. He's in shot. But I have a terrible feeling this is just going to move Verstappen up a couple of places guilt-free. So, just a bit of damage. But yeah, back to more urgent matters here. We are going to need to make sure that we're not losing out here. So we'll go a little bit more of a push. And it looks like Mr. Daddy's boy there is starting to lose the pace of the cars in front, which we cannot allow to happen, obviously. So Russell is almost certainly, as I said, putting on a big push, probably coming into his pit stop, to be honest. He's getting towards the end of those soft tyres. But Mick's got him covered. We just need Giovinazzi to go and make sure that we're not losing touch here. We've got a bit of extra tyre life, so we'll go a big push. And Russell, it was a big push for the pit stop. So Russell is in, Ocon is in. So now we will need to keep a bit of an eye on how everybody else is doing pit stop wise, lap time wise I should say. We might, oh that was close, we might keep going with Giovinazzi and maybe bring him in a lap sooner. Probably not the time to conserve. If anything, we maybe do want to go and deploy here. And because what we don't want to do, obviously, is find ourselves losing out to an undercut to Russell. Now, he's on hard tyres. He's got 2 seconds, and then he's going to be buried in the pack again. So I think we tried, maybe it was last year when Mick won, we tried a 2-stop here with Giovinazzi, I think, didn't we? And it just didn't work. I think for that exact reason, you got buried in the pack, and you couldn't use the new tyres. So, yeah, Giovinazzi's just done fastest lap, which is useful. And was it 20 seconds for a pit stop, wasn't it? So Russell is currently 19 seconds back. So we would come out behind him, which isn't great. But like I say, he is going to get himself jammed up in that train before long, and hopefully they're doing 140 and we're doing low 139s, 138 if you've got a DRS lap from behind and slingshotting. So I think we're going to be okay on that one. I don't think that's going to quite work out for him.
Focus on just bringing your tyre temperatures back under control.
But yeah, we'll bring Giovinazzi in a couple of laps' time as Stroll comes in now. And I'll keep you up to date on, well, we'll come back for the pit stops anyway. Alright, so Giovinazzi is coming in. We have to do this lap, unfortunately. I'm looking at the gaps, and I'd really like, you can see there, Pourchaire, maybe if we can get out ahead of Pourchaire, that would be really, really useful. You can see Russell is just buried. If we can get out in the front of that train, that is our dream. So we will hope that that's going to be able to be doable for us. Mick will come in next lap, but let's jump on board here with Giovinazzi. Mick will need to do a full push lap this lap. He'll come onto a hard and go full push. Please, off on go.
And hit confirm.
We're not on full speed with double speed, which is why it looks slower, but it was actually okay. And do we get out ahead of... We don't get Verstappen, we don't get Gasly, but we did get ahead of Weir, so we're 7th. So that is very... Oh, wait, no, not quite. Hopefully. We'll go and get them. So we didn't quite get out ahead of Norris, but that's not bad. We're at the front of that train where Russell's currently buried. So that's exactly what we would have wanted. And now let's see what we get out of Mick here. We will try and harvest coming into the pits. We'll get our charge out of there, and then we will... Oh, I've missed it. I waited too long. Alright, so Magnussen's in as well. Do we get another good one? Off on go, 2.9. It's not a classic, but it'll do. And where does this bring Mick back out? And pretty much exactly where we saw Giovinazzi, wasn't it? So Giovinazzi is behind a couple there. If we could get rid of that, it'd be useful, wouldn't it? So we can get an idea of where we are. But that's worked out pretty good, I would say. Mick's actually got a 2-second gap over Magnussen. So Mick is actually in the clear here. And GIO is... well, if he can get past Magnussen, he's got himself a clear second. And he doesn't have DRS as K-Mag. So it should be fairly straightforward. Not quite as straightforward as maybe we would have hoped. Gasly's coming in the pits now. And, yeah, well. 141, that was that GIO's out lap? That would have been his out lap, wouldn't it? So not a stonking lap time, it has to be said. We do have Russell behind us now as well. Right behind us. So what's going to happen here is it's all going to close up exactly as we expect. And we're going to have a little DRS train again. So we'll start topping up, get everything ready for the run to the flag, pretty much. And here we go, about to cruise past Max Verstappen. He is a pit stop behind us. I think we're going to cruise past here. I mean, what are you holding us up for, Max? I mean, it's not going to do you... I mean, I guess he thinks that he'll go into a soft tyre late on and maybe be able to catch us back up, but it's not really. He's coming to the pits, no. Just let us go, Max. Come on. You're embarrassing yourself, mate. What it has done, of course, is, in truth, it's let Russell catch up to the lead train again. So it's not without merit what he's doing, but it's a little frustrating. But anyway, that's fine. We'll just start harvesting up and getting ready for, as I said, the run to the flag. Alright, so Verstappen has just come into the pits. He kind of blocked us a little bit, in truth, so we've just got to be a little bit careful K-Mag doesn't get away here. Ocon has mugged us off as well. I don't know if you saw that. He just kind of faded over Mick towards the wall, which wasn't the nicest thing we've ever seen. But that's okay. He's down there in 13th and struggling to score a point here, so serves him right, really, doesn't it? But we've pegged K-Mag back, and like I say, now it's... I feel like we've been racing for the for the last couple of laps for a while now, but here we are still. We've got the best tyres amongst the leading group anyway. Gasly's tyres are pretty good, but he's a fair way back. So, yeah, like I say, we've just got to try and stay in the top couple. It looks like Ocon's making a little bit of a burst for freedom here, but we should be on top of that. And yeah, it's one of these weird races. It's like it's close like this. It goes back and forth. It'd be a brilliant one to watch on TV. Ocon's done a stonking lap there. We need to try and get fastest lap for Giovinazzi if we can as well. But yeah, in a way, a lot's happening because they're passing each other at every straight, but nothing's really happening because the group is just the group. So it's the top 5 now. Stroll has dropped off, and yeah, Verstappen's down there in 13th, and he's going to have quite the way back to score points. So he's doing his best to let us back into this championship. We just need Giovinazzi to take full advantage of it. He couldn't do it in Brazil. Let's hope he can do it in Vegas. Alright, so we're coming around, what's it, it's 11 laps to go when we cross the line. We're first and second currently. Now, what I wish, this is where we need another thing. Not don't fight your teammate, because it's not that I don't want them to go past each other, because they'll be slingshot each other down the straights. What I want is, like, don't fight the overtake kind of thing, which is a slightly different instruction to don't fight your teammate, if you know what I mean. Like, if we could slingshot each other down the straights, like, yep, alright, after you into the inside of this corner, then we follow, then you go down the, and we'll sort of draft each other around. But unfortunately that isn't actually an option, so I can't really complain about it, but it'd be nice if we got that at some point. Now we're just going to be a little bit careful here, because it looks like Russell might be on a bit of a push lap here, and he's not managed to break DRS, so we'll probably be pretty close to the back of him, and if not, then we've got the DRS that we can use to ERS, sorry. But yeah, the DRS is just, it's why you don't bother. If you don't bother trying to push away, because there's no point, and he's using his tyres worse for trying to do it. So Verstappen is flying, by the way. He's in up to 8. He's 12 seconds back, and we look at his lap times. That one was a little bit slower. He was, yeah. I mean, I don't think he's going to catch us, but he's certainly got some pace about him. But anyway, we won't worry about that. We'll just look forward and pretend he's not there. Alright, so let's watch this one now all the way home. And yeah, hopefully we do still have Ocon right there, which is frustrating, but it's not too bad. Verstappen he's still coming at us, but he's slowed down a little bit now. His lap time, he's 8 seconds, 9 seconds off the lead. It's only 5 laps to go. And he's about not quite a second a lap faster, so he's not going to catch us. That's absolutely fine. Giovinazzi is overheating his tyres for some reason. He might be going to do a double overtake down here. Go on, Gio. Oh, not quite. Just whatever you do, don't hit and take each other out. The disappointing thing here, of course, is that Verstappen is going to score some decent points, which ideally we wouldn't have liked, but yeah, we're not quite at the position to go for home yet, but if you look at the other cars' tyres around us, Magnussen's dropped away a little bit, but Ocon and Russell have considerably worse tyres than us, so I don't think they're going to be able to, they're not going to be able to go with us, I don't think, when we decide that it is indeed time to go. So, and we're almost there at that point. We've got batteries fully charged, ready to go, we've got petrol in the tank. Ideally, I'd really like Giovinazzi to have a go at getting fastest lap back off Verstappen. I don't know with tyres of this age if it's going to be possible. I mean, it would be a 2-point swing, but it's more important, obviously, that we win the race than anything else. But yeah, we're going to come around now. So we what, 4 laps to go. There's an argument to say we go now while we're first and second, and really break the back of those tyres of those cars behind us. What sort of lap times are they doing? So they're a little bit slower than us anyway. Just for now, Gio, who's in front? Let's just go with don't fight your teammate. Just let him... Yeah, don't do anything silly here. You're going to win the race anyway, Giovinazzi, as long as you stay behind him when you're first... Actually, no, this is a bad idea because we're going to end up losing to both of them. Russell's going to come past everybody. So never mind. This is where we need, like, don't fight the overtake of your teammate as an instruction. Just, you know, so that on that sort of situation, Giovinazzi goes past, Mick slots in behind him, and then we go to this DRS zone, and again, Mick just sits there, overtakes him, and we just sort of go back and forth that way, and don't slow each other up. But anyway, see, that's what we don't need, is George Russell coming back past us. But I think we're almost to the point where we go. 3 laps to go. We can probably get almost 2 laps. What I don't want is a situation where we run out of battery on the last lap coming down this last DRS zone. We've got enough fuel that he can send it into the final corner here. And then I think when we come out of this corner, we can sprint for home, basically. We want Giovinazzi to go in front, which he has not done yet, but we can do that on the last lap, that's fine. Come on, Gio. Oh, well, hang on, how's Ocon got ahead of us? Hang on, this isn't part of the plan. Esteban, go away, man. That's not supposed to happen. Now his tyres aren't as good. Surely he can't keep this up. But this is not what was supposed to happen. And now suddenly I'm a little bit nervous here. Mick needs to not fight your teammate now. Get out of the way, Mick. Because we've got to try and run down Esteban Ocon now on the final lap, which was not what I was expecting to have to do, if I'm honest. Alright, here we go. Last lap. Come on, GIO. He's got DRS here. Now, there's an argument to say you don't want to overtake him here. You want to overtake him on the last DRS zone. But we've gone past him anyway. And we'll open up, hopefully, anyway, a bit of a gap here. His tyres are shot. His tyres are shot. Can we break the DRS? Not quite. Mick might get kind of screwed out of second place here, if I'm honest. But we'll see. He's got a good launch off the corner. And he's going to go past him, is he? I think he just about might. All into the last corner. If you just don't lock up and go into the back of Giovinazzi. And we've got it. So for the third year in a row, he's not going to fight his teammate, is he? Giovinazzi wins. It's a Ferrari 1-2 at Vegas. Unfortunately, Verstappen's got himself back to 5th with fastest lap. But Ferrari in Vegas, we just win here. Why even bother doing the race? So there it is. Red Bull have won the Constructors. That is official. The drivers, though, it's going to go down to the last race. He can still do it, can GIO? So another 1-2 in Vegas. Esteban Ocon up 7, which is a great drive for him. To be fair to Verstappen, up 14 places is pretty good. And Tsunoda manages to get himself a point as well. So well done to everybody. But the Drivers' Championship is, what's that? 16 points? We need a 16-point swing. Now, he's run 5, Max has won 8. So that's going to be the tie race. So we need a 17-point swing. Which is unlikely, let's be honest, but it is possible. And Mick has got himself up into 4th ahead of Perez as well. So well done to Mick. And yeah, there it is there. We can't catch Red Bull now. We've put up a pretty good fight, though. Certainly a big improvement on previous seasons. So there we go. That is Vegas run and won. Another 1-2. Excellent work. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think. Can we do it with Giovinazzi? Will he be able to crawl back? It's just a few too many, isn't it? If Verstappen had even just come like 8th or 9th, sort of get to like the 170 points, and then you think maybe it's doable, but sorry, if he gets to like 178, yeah, that's sort of just that, even just that 4 or 5 point difference, you'd have a little bit more faith. Realistically, we need to win with Giovinazzi, which is all he can do. Go and win, and Verstappen will have to work it out, but he probably need to finish. If he finishes 7th or so, he's going to win the championship, isn't he? So let me know. Leave me your predictions. I'll see you for that one, and yeah. Let's hope. Come on, GIO. Let's hope he does it. Take care.